Hello, good morning. I'm going to try to keep this intro short because we have a lot to get done today and the cars on our street are incredibly loud. No lie, that was a school bus. That sounded like an old jacked up retro style Jeep Wrangler with a large antenna coming off the top. Anyways, we are prepping for Annabelle's first birthday party tomorrow. It's going to be a garden party. So we have a lot of food prep, a lot of decor prep. Me and Rosie are about to go run some errands to get some last minute things from the store as well as from my parents' house. And yeah, so we're going to take you along for the ride. We're just doing it here in our yard and there's no like over the top themes or anything like that. We're just keeping it simple. I like to use decor that I can reuse for birthdays, for all occasions, and that's how I've always been since Rosie was little, since she had her first birthday party. So I'm glad you're here. Come along for the ride, and I'm going to try to make this as romanticized as possible because I want it to be a peaceful time. I want it to be a fun time, one that we can look back on and just have a lot of fun memories. Alright, so Rosie and I just got back from running some errands. Of course, she had to get in the pool at my parents' house. This is the first time she has seen their pool since they got it all done and set up. So she got all excited and just stripped down and jumped in. My parents, or at some point, somebody did a really good job planting flowers. So I love getting their fresh blooms. And I didn't have a ton, but I got some that I can use for a table vase. I need to find my vase. Tomorrow at Annie's party. And then I found these on, dropped one. Found them on the roadside on the way home. In the big curve behind our house. They always have the best wildflowers growing. So borrowed some of those. They still have plenty left. And then some of these roses are dying, but I'm going to just use the petals on the table. And I think it'll be really pretty. So I'm going to get these in some water, and then we're going to get started with making cupcakes and cutting up cheese and yeah, just doing some food prep. Annie should probably maybe go down for another nap here in the near future. Rosie is currently in her room, hopefully sleeping. And so we're gonna see how much of this we can get started before Annie goes down. Then when she does go down, I think I need to work on some things outside while I'm not trying to keep up with little people. you a seat? Yeah, does it good? Oh, and also, yeah. Oh my goodness. Also, I'm gonna really have to get our house in order before people come tomorrow. Oh my word. This is life with children. Wouldn't have it any other way. Yay. Okay. My goodness. Summer is here. Goodness. My mind is doing too many things right now. I should have cleaned my kitchen before starting this. But here we are. Annie's flirting with a broken something. The idea of a broken something. Good grief. That is just my style. I'm just as messy as the children. And she's clapping for me. Thank you. Yay, mama. Yay, mama. Yeah. Oh, man. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Yay. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, shout amen, amen. If you're happy and you know it, shout amen, amen. Amen. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout amen, amen. Yay. Good job. Your button kisses. Mwah. 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 There you go. This is taking forever because she's so darn cute. Blow it. Mwah. Mwah. Good job.
Recall when we were young, running from all things at once, without thinking twice. And I knew it would catch up. And
Cupcakes are cooling. Annie's smash cake is baking. It takes like 30 minutes, whereas the cupcakes only took like 10. So I'm gonna try and knock this out while that is happening. It looks like it's gonna rain, but weather forecast says it's only like a 21% chance, as high as it gets the rest of the evening, and then it's not supposed to rain at all tomorrow. So hopefully they're right. Yeah, just gonna grab a stepladder and then we'll get to doing some decorations. If these do get wet, it won't hurt them, but they just may not be quite as long lasting as what they have been up till now. So we'll see how it goes.
time is gone and I grew up. I somehow made it through without losing sight. And I still wonder where you are, and if you found a way out from the dark. The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. On this road that I am on, I gotta stay.
There she is. Where are you going? You can't escape.
And they go, and we have to try and keep up, 'cause this life's so much more. And I still wonder where
over a week since the party. I've had time to process and recover a little bit. We've still been busy because it has been the first official week of summer, so we've been doing all kinds of fun things and enjoying our time together. But I just kind of wanted to touch base because I realized I never, like, the morning of just gets so crazy. If you've ever, like, put together an event, especially one in your own home, at your own house, you know that it just, things get wild. And I tried to do like an 11 o'clock party time to help avoid Annie's nap time as well as Rosie's, because a lot of the times I find parties are at like 1 o'clock, and that's definitely when Rosie has always went down for a nap. But Annie is a little more hit or miss, and she was like ready for one as soon as the party was starting. So you never really know how that's gonna go. I couldn't have done that any differently, but it did make the prep that morning really chaotic because I was trying to get it all done, and you know, we were up at like 6 or 7, I don't even remember what time, but there was just a lot going on, and I felt like I didn't have that much time to do it, even though, you know, 4 hours should be plenty, especially with some of the work we had done the day before. But that's just how it goes sometimes. There are some things that I have definitely realized from having Rosie's party here at our house last August and then Annie's this May. I'm anticipating having Rosie's again this August here at our house. So there are some things that I've just seen as a pattern that I plan to hopefully make a couple little investments in just to streamline the process some. So one of those things is some kind of balloon arch like frame and background, because while the greenhouse kind of sort of worked this year, it wasn't the most ideal, and it took the majority of my time the morning of the party to try and get the backdrop hung from that greenhouse and then the balloons to stay, and it was just a whole big thing. So I would love to invest in some kind of, not overly expensive, but definitely some kind of balloon arch frame and backdrop. And then also definitely outsourcing the food from now on, because I thought, oh, it's brunch, you know, it won't be that much work, and it's just a smash cake and then cupcakes, and it was a lot of work. We did most of it the day before, but I ran out of room in my refrigerator, so I couldn't do like the cold stuff, which was most of the food. I couldn't do most of that until the morning of. So like the charcuterie trays and all that kind of stuff I was putting together that morning, and it was definitely healthier than pizza. To me, it was more enjoyable than pizza, but I know that people have mixed opinions on that. So regardless, I think in the future we will just go with pizza, because I also thought it would cut down on cost to do it ourselves and just use like groceries and then assemble our own food, but it really wasn't. For the time it took, the cost of groceries right now, and just the stress of trying to keep things temperature controlled, it is much easier to just order pizzas in my experience. And then definitely cakes and cupcakes outsourced, because while they may not take a long time to bake, if you're just doing a box cake like I did, or box cupcakes, the decorating takes forever. And so I certainly plan to always outsource those. Yeah, those are the two big things. So the food outsource, and then the balloon garland. I just feel like a party's not a party without balloon garland, you know? So I feel like I'm always gonna want one. I don't know that even if that trend dies, I don't know that it will die in my heart. I just feel like it's necessary. My husband's always like, you know, you don't have to do these, right? Like, this is a lot of work, but I love them, so I'm gonna do them. Our daughters may not care. No, for real, they loved playing in the balloons both before and after the party. They didn't care so much while they were attached to the garland on the frame, but whatever. But yeah, all in all, it was a really sweet party. The playground was a hit. The kids had a blast. I don't know if it was at all like a peaceful, romantic time. It certainly wasn't the day of. I felt like a chicken running with my head cut off, and I know that that's a common thing, but I don't like it. And because I don't want to be so busy with trying to make things out, you know, like I don't want to be a I always forget, is it Mary or Martha, who was too busy to sit at Jesus' feet and spend time with him? Either way, I don't want to be the one that's so busy that I miss out on being present with people and seeing God at move right in front of me. So I'm struggling with that in my everyday life right now, and definitely with like party planning. I need to get better about it. So I just want to implement some of these things to help. I think that they will help. But yeah, it was a really great time. Annie hung in there, ate tons of icing, and we had like a cream cheese Danish. She really enjoyed that too. And she got a lot of sweet gifts, and yeah, I just got to hang out with friends. We had a great turnout, and in my opinion, it's always worth it to save the money that we would spend renting a place out for maybe half a day. Most places you don't even get that for what you pay, but to take those same funds and put them into something around our house to make it a better place for hosting. And that's what we did this year. We put probably less than what we would have spent to rent something out. We put that money into fixing up our playground area, and then it became a great event space in our yard for these kinds of parties. And that's what we are continuing to do. I don't know if you can see, but behind me, our yard has been freshly skid steered, excavated. I don't know the proper terms for those things, but somebody came with a machine and did a bunch of dirt work, ripped up most of our grass, and leveled out our yard, fixing some drainage issues, some things we've been needing done for well over a year. Well, we've lived here for a year. Yeah, so over a year, because we renovated before that. So anyways, we finally got it done, finally found someone that would do the work. So excited about that, and looking forward to how we're going to continue to make this place our own. And I think it's just going to be really, really sweet moving forward. So stay tuned for some of that stuff. Also, man, this is kind of all over the place. I should have wrote this down. But trying to video and take pictures is a little tricky, but that's also something that I don't necessarily want to let go of. That's not something that I care to outsource. It just is challenging to do those things and like be a part of whatever's being videoed and photographed. Like, I want to be involved with my baby's birthday parties, but I also want it all on film and on camera, and I'm just very type A, I guess, and also too cheap to like pay a professional for that. So I want to do it all myself, but sometimes you just can't. And I don't know, that's one thing that I'm still on the fence about. You know, moving forward, how can I simplify that? Because it's very much a behind the scenes type of task, but also I want to be in the scene doing the party with my kids and my family and friends. So anyways, those are just some random thoughts. But yeah, I'm so glad that you came along for the ride. I will continue to insert some clips from our fun time celebrating Annabelle. I am just so grateful that the Lord chose us to be her parents and that we were entrusted with her. She is such a joy. She's so goofy as her personality continues to come out. We just see more and more of how fun she is, and she's just overall such a content baby. Even, you know, they talk about the redheaded temper, but even to be a redhead, until she has a reason not to be, like a true reason not to be, she is a chill baby. And now she's a chill infant, toddler, whatever. But so grateful, and we love her so much. We're so pleased with how she's growing, with how our family is growing up. I don't want to say growing because we're not growing, but how our family is continuing to evolve as the girls get older, as we get older, as life seasons change. It's just all a really beautiful thing. You know, the Lord's been so good to us, and that's why I've said it before and I'll say it again. That's why I'm just grateful to be able to share all of our life in, not all of our life, but share some of our life in this space and look back on it and realize just how sweet it is. So thanks so much. I'll see you next time. I know this video is about Annie and her birthday, but I also just want to make a quick shout out to Rosie, because she was amazing the whole morning. And shout out to Granny too, because Granny took the girls so that I could get things done that morning while Nicholas and his brother were weed eating all of our yard. It was, like I said, it was chaotic. But Rosie just did so good hanging out with Granny, and then during the party, she just amazed me. She went and she just played kind of off by herself. Like, a lot of her friends were here, so they played together, but she like stayed in that sandbox the whole time, and it was like she just recognized it was Annie's day and she was gonna let her have it, and for that I was just so proud. Like, I just love their little relationship and how it's forming, and maybe it was intentional on her part, maybe it wasn't, maybe she just wanted a day where she did her own thing, and that's okay too. But regardless, it just all worked out really, really well. So good job, Rosie, good job. I'm proud of you. Annie girl, hey. She loves that. You see the camera? Ah, is it so good? Happy birthday to you! Yay! Blow out the candle. Wish for you.